Hi folks, how you doing? I've picked up another Nintendo because you know what it's like, don't you? You're browsing through eBay and you see a cheap console going spares a repair. So you put a watch on it and then the seller makes an offer and knocks a tenner off the price, and at that point, well, you've got to buy it, haven't you? So yeah, this has just turned up. It's in a rather disgusting state, but yeah, that's just how I like it. Yeah, it's not in the cleanest condition. In fact, I mean, how does this even happen? I've got things I don't use very often in my house, and they don't end up with all these dirty smudge marks all over it. I mean, you've got to wonder, haven't you, how these things are kept. But yeah, it's vile. It's got a chip missing in the front. There's damage to the corner there. It's gross. It's absolutely gross. Oh. Other than that, I've been told by the seller it doesn't work, which is to be expected. What else? Yeah, it's missing that bottom plate, but I think we can live without that. I'm tempted to throw power to it and just see what, if anything, it does, and then take it from there. Okay, we're hooked up. Let's try a game. I've got my copy of Turtles, and I'm using this because I very recently cleaned all the contacts on it, so I know the cartridge is good. Maybe it won't be after putting it in this. Who knows? Okay. Power on. Oh, TV would help. Lights come on. Let's wait for the TV to power up. No, I'm getting nothing. And now it's flashing the red light. Okay. Could be a dirty contact. Could be something else. Let's just give it some encouragement. No, that's all I'm getting is a red flashing light. One more go. No, it's not happy. Okay, well that's exactly what they described the fault as. That's something to be getting on with. Okay, let's have a look inside. Yeah, we've got some rust issues going on, so it's probably not been stored brilliantly. But do you know what? The shield's in place, everything looks untouched. So I'm probably the first person in here since the factory, which is always encouraging. Okay, let's keep going. Cool. There's a lot of dirt coming off this thing. That is a very long hair that belongs to someone else. That's disgusting. Okay. Let me try getting a little bit of contact cleaner in there. And we'll just try running the cartridge in a few times. I'll just give that a couple of minutes to dry and then we'll try it again. Alright, let's try again, shall we? See what happens. If indeed anything. Power lights on. Oh! Well, it's doing something. It's not happy though. Yeah. Do you know what? That's better than nothing. I mean, to me, that's screaming dirty contact, bad connection, that sort of thing. It's interesting that it's changed. Let me just power it off and just reseat the cartridge a few more times. Power on. Back to the flashing red light again. Yeah. Okay, this is screaming dirty contacts to me. So there's a couple of things we can do about the flashing red light. We can take off the edge connector and clean it and retension it, which I intend to do. And also we can disable the lockout chip. So the lockout chip will constantly reset the system, hence the flashing red light, if it doesn't get the correct or expected signal from the cartridge. And that's a very simple process. You simply disconnect pin 4 on the chip and that's it. So what we'll do, let's pull the board out, let's get the edge connector out, and let's disable that lockout chip, and then let's see if that makes any difference at all. Yep. Yeah, let's get this edge connector off. That should just be a push fit. And we'll clean that separately. And that right there, in fact, you know what? Let me zoom in a little bit. So this right here, that's our lockout chip, and all we need to do to disable that is to chop pin 4. Bend that out the way. So you can just come in with a pair of snips, probably smaller ones than this actually, and just cut that pin, and that will stop it from resetting the system. I'm not going to do that because that to me is a little bit destructive, so I'm going to take a different tack on it. I'm going to see if I can just isolate that pin without doing any permanent damage to the chip. Right, because I'm awkward and I like to make work for myself, I've removed the lockout chip altogether and I've used my desoldering pump, so 0 damage. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fit a chip socket in, and I'm going to remove the 4th pin from the socket and then refit the chip. That way, this modification is completely reversible with no damage whatsoever to the board. I prefer it to just chopping pins off unreplaceable chips. I don't like doing that. So it's a little bit more work, but I think it's the safer option. So if I've got 1, 2, 3, pin 4 right there, I should be able to push this out. He says. If I had a better pair of pliers, that would work. There we go. So that's out. So we're a pin down. If you can see that. And I can solder that in quite safely and then refit the chip knowing that that pin 4 is not going to have a connection. You know what? Let's be neat. Let's clean up a little bit. Yeah. And there we go. Pin 4 disabled. The long way round. Okay, I think what I'll do now is, while I've got all my soldering equipment out, I'll zip through and I'll recap it quickly, because there's 3 there, and there's a filter cap there, and I have them, so I might as well change them while it's apart. And then we'll spend some time cleaning this edge connector up, and we'll clean the cartridge connector up as well. And then we'll put it back together and see if it works any better. Hopefully we'll have improved things, but yeah, who knows. Alright, let's have a look at this edge connector. It does look a bit grotty actually, which is not a bad thing, because it might be the source of our problems. So let's get some contact cleaner on it and see how clean we can get it. Let's deal with the connector itself then. So I'm thinking toothbrush, contact cleaner, and we just go for it. Well, I'd say that's together enough to test it out, so let's give it a go, shall we? I suppose. So far, so good. That seems to work. Right, I've hooked up a controller and I've been noodling about for the last few minutes, and yeah, it all seems to work absolutely fine, my bad playing aside. So I'm quite pleased. It's all good, apart from my playing. So there you go. That was 25 quid for a faulty console plus postage. Within an afternoon it's running again. The case is a little bit of a mess, but I've got plans on how I'm going to deal with that. So I've got an idea how I'm going to fix the broken bits of plastic and how I'm going to clean it up as well. I haven't completely committed myself to one course of action yet. I'm still mulling ideas around, but it certainly can't stay in the disgusting state it is, so I'm going to do something with it. Maybe something a little bit different. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that's a win. I'll take a win. I'm going to carry on putting it back together for now, just so I don't have parts floating around, and when I get the time to come back to it, I'll let you know. But in the meantime, thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.